The stadium. We still got a packed house there. The trophies presented to the captain of Kovsie's, Alicia Pirin. The ticket tape is blowing around the stadium. It is the University of the Free State Kovsies who are the champions.
I think we went into the tournament with a lot of confidence, and that was a thing we focused on. Sam, the man, saying we were the dream team, and it stuck, and we went with it. And I think, like I said, confidence. I think if you believe you're there, you're halfway there.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pieter Malan and I am reporting for Kovsie TV Sports. The only place that saw more flames than Cubana this year was the year 2018 itself. A lot happened, but it's finally coming to a close. However, we cannot end off the year without looking at the remarkable achievements of Kovsie Netball, aka the Dream Team, when they went nearly an entire season without a single defeat, only falling short against the Madibas. Yes, we will look at how exactly they did this, what drove them, what the dynamics are between players, coaches and people around the team, and what exactly their plans are for future seasons. Speaking of the Varsity Cup, you guys nearly went the whole season without, losing a game, only the one game against Madibas. How did that affect the morale of the team, and what was the message going out into the next game?
When we lost against Madibas, we didn't really expect it, but I think we really needed to pull it through against Marties the next day, because I think it just brought us back down to earth, saying we have to go back to basics and not play show netball, whatever, and it helped us definitely. I think if we didn't lose against them, we wouldn't have been able to put up such a performance against Marties the next day.
Madibas came out and they caught us on the back foot, definitely. The feeling at the end when we saw the score and we'd lost, I was destroyed. But things happen for a reason, and I believe that we bounced back from that game. We had a bad game and we understood that it happens. And we knew that we had to stand up the next day and we had to face Marties, which is a tougher game.
You guys had an incredible season this year, only losing one game. But did you guys ever experience any problems between players, coaching staff during the season?
Nee, ek sal sê ons is almal baie professioneel. As daar 'n probleem of iets is wat pla, dan is dit tipe spelers se verantwoordelikheid om dit te gaan uitsorteer met mekaar. En ons is regtig soos 'n familie, goeie vriendinne, en so as daar probleme is, dan sorteer ons dit dadelik uit, want ons netbal en om te wen en om saam te werk is vir ons belangriker as enige ander konfliksituasies. So ja.
When you came to Kovsies as a first year, what channels did you have to go through to become a part of the team?
Ja, daar's nogals baie uitdagings geweest, want ek dink baie keer dink spelers, as hulle goed was in skool, dat dit gaan maklik wees en jy gaan dadelik uitstaan as jy hier aankom in die eerste jaar. En dit is nie maklik nie, want dit is 'n heeltemal anderste intensiteit, en dit is nuwe spelers en 'n senior spelers, en ja, om eers by die senior spelers te kom en alles, dit is 'n groot stap en alles, maar ek voel net wanneer jy aanhou, dan sal jy bereik wat jy wil bereik deur harde werk.
What exactly was your connection to the Dream Team this year?
So my job was primarily emceeing the games that were hosted here at the University of the Free State, which we had quite a few of them, which meant being in relatively close contact with the Dream Team itself, the coaching staff. Also, it's a job that I've had for the last, I think, 3-4 years. So I've managed to develop good connections and good relationships with the team and the coaching staff alike. Yeah.
The term Dream Team, of course, was coined by you, and it inspired them to greater heights. What exactly inspired you to come up with this term?
So It actually came up last year, believe it or not. And one of the things was I wanted to create something that was going to stick, something that was going to catch on, and something you just easily identify the ladies by. If it's mention it, then you automatically think, oh, University of the Free State netball side. And we tried it out last year, and it didn't really catch on. The girls had a bit of a slump in the season as well. And then about 2 weeks before this season started, I actually found out that we had the most experienced side playing varsity netball this year. So with that being said, I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely bringing Dream Team back, and one way or another, it's got to stick. There's no other way. It has to stick this year. And everything that happened, I just referred to them as the Dream Team. When I was chatting to them casually, it was Dream Team this, Dream Team that. When I was referring to them on Kovsie FM, it was the Dream Team this and the Dream Team that. So I made sure that every single time I spoke about the University of the Free State's netball side, it was Dream Team.
Over the course of the last 6 Varsity Cup netball tournaments, 5 out of the 6 players of the tournament awards were bestowed upon Kovsie players. Due to their busy schedules, we could only talk to the following ladies by making use of cellular devices. First up, it's Gemotso Mamburu, Player of the Season 2017. We asked her if she experienced any pressure in returning to the tournament as a former player of the tournament, and what pre-match rituals the Dream Team participates in before a game.
From my side, no pressure at all. I would like to think that I divide my life into different achievements and projects, and once an achievement has been attained, I put it in the bag and it's one for the wall to be hung up, and I kind of get over it and on to the next project and on to the next achievement. So definitely no pressure, and I didn't feel any pressure, of course, from my coach or my teammates. I mean, we're a very special group of girls that are very supportive and we live so much in the moment, and hence there was no pressure. And pre-game rituals that we like doing before every game, we definitely eat. Like 2 hours prior to the game, we have our pre-game meal where we eat. Trust and believe Kovsie girls can eat. And while we're eating, there's a speaker that's playing, and mostly each girl's favorite track is on a playlist, and we actually play each one's favorite track while we're having our pre-game meal. And another thing is that now before warm-up, we like listening to a song called Bazo Yenza, and we have to make sure that everyone, all top, has to take a vosho before actually going on court. And when everyone can get down and get up, we know that we're ready to take on any type of team that comes for us.
The other person we could not meet up with was Kanyisa Chawane, the current Varsity Netball Cup Player of the Tournament. Her questions were aimed at discovering how she felt after being proclaimed Player of the Tournament, what challenges she faced, and what game was her favorite.
For me, it was just such a privilege for me to be selected as Player of the Tournament. It was one of the projects that I was planning to get Player of the Tournament for, but the challenge that I had is that during that time I was called up for the senior team to go represent the Proteas in Australia for the Quad Series, Australia and New Zealand. So I could not play all the Varsity Cup games. I think I missed majority of the games, so I didn't think I would stand a chance to get Player of the Tournament. For me, the final was one of the best games, not only because of the way the team played, but the support that we got from people in Bloemfontein, and not only the university but the city as a whole, was amazing. They played a big part in us picking that trophy up. What I learned from this tournament is, especially within the team, the more you grow with one another, the more you trust one another, anything is possible. I mean, with Turks winning everything from January, they've been winning every tournament. Coming into Varsity Cup, all favor was towards them since they had won every tournament from the beginning of the year. And we played close to 2 finals with them, and they still beat us. The Varsity Cup was the 3rd time, and you could tell the effort from the team that we didn't want to lose for the third time against Ducks. So that was one of the best moments that, you know what, within a team, if you can decide and agree on something, it is actually possible, and that's what I learned.
In front of their home supporters. We haven't moved out of the stadium. We still got a packed house there. The trophies presented to the captain of Kovsie's, Alicia Perrin. The ticket tape is blowing around the stadium. It is.
Now, Kovsie has really been, performing in the Varsity Cup, winning 3 out of 6 possible competitions so far. Did you guys experience a lot of pressure going into this tournament?
Wel, almal wil graag wen en dit is nie altyd maklik nie en omdat ons ook nou nie laas jaar gewen het nie en of die vorige jare dit het 'n bietjie pressure van ons skouers afgevat. Maar obviously wou ons ons bes te gee en ons het en ek dink ons het dit game vir game gevat en vir onsself gesê ons wil goeie en die beste netbal so wat ons kan speel en dit is wat ons gedoen het en ek dink dit is wat ons op die einde toe deurgedra het.
A lot of people don't realize all of the hard work that you guys put in. You're a student, you have a work, you have a boyfriend, you've got all of those stuff that you need to balance.
Yeah.
What exactly goes into, balancing everything in your daily life?
I think definitely is to get the partner or the people you like around you that support you in the things you do. That helps a lot because we train sometimes 3 to 4 times a day and you need to keep up, your body needs to keep going. And yes, we ask to be the best, you just have to have a supportive system behind you and people that support you in everything you do. So you're balancing those things, it doesn't come easy in your first year. You always think of how am I going to do this, how is it going to be possible, and then in your 3rd, 4th year you actually see that just time management is a very important role by practicing and keep your studies on point, have a social life, have a boyfriend, be a partner and all those type of things. It's just to have time management is a very, very good skill to have when you do all these things.
Speaking of partners now, you actually got married this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did it influence your playing time or your relationship, vice versa?
Yes, I think it has a great influence on the netball in the game we play. We've been dating for 4 years now. We got engaged in February and got married in end of September. Just before the semi-final, we got married. So I didn't play the semi-final at all. I played, I went on my honeymoon and I came back the Sunday before the final. It has a great influence on the netball because you need to compromise and you need to balance your studies and your sport and your relationship with your boyfriend or husband. And yes, it is a great thing to have a partner that supports you and take you through the time. And yes, when there's something happening, you always go and do it, go and do with all you have, go take it on with both your hands, opportunities. So yes, it has a great influence, but it is always nice to have a partner that supports you.
Okay, obviously Coach Berta, known in the netball world as an exceptional tactician. What influence did she have on you guys?
I think Berta helped us a lot in the semi-final and the final as well with decision making, when to call the power play, when to make the changes, and I think that's something she perfected this year. And yeah, all glory to God as well, and she just helped us put it through and support Corin Venter as well, Corneille as well as a manager, and our physio as well. They helped us and definitely played a big role in it.
Can you please explain the power play concept for our viewers at home who are not familiar with it, as well as the secret to using it as successfully as you have done in the previous season?
Every team has a 2-minute, and during that 2 minutes, unfortunately, both teams can score 2 goals per shot. Now, sometimes during the lock, sometimes it's not real a thing that you have to plan, but I love to plan the power play just to see how players react. But the most important thing of a power play is that players just stick to basics. But we are also master of power plays. During all the years, no matter if you won or not, Kovsie players are really very good in power play. We are training it during our practice training sessions on court, but preparing for the semis and finals, the games start from the beginning. Nothing counts. And then, as a coach, I totally relax on the power play, just to tell them, back to basics.
As a coach, you are known as an exceptional tactician, which is clearly visible in the effortless transition in your players when they play, as well as the manner in which you make use of the power plays. So how important is versatility in a player, an individual player, when you select players for your teams?
It is very important, and I think it's the basis that you can work on with a player. The moment when you start with different combinations, it can be a good thing, but for a player sometimes it is not good. But we are fortunately working with players that are in a holistic system. They are so comfortable of being moved into a certain position because they know for the team, the more combinations you can put in and you can master, the more tactic you can take your enemy. Because every player or every team from outside is a different style of play, of their own different game plan. So we are really blessed with very good, well-known players accordingly to holistic system. That they want to excel, they want to be exposed to more than one position, and that helped us a lot. It's good planning, and also the versatile of the players is important, but it's also patience of players, because not all of them will love to play two positions. It's a task, it's a tall order. They are very fit, so that's a good asset that we have this year.
So we don't have a fixed diet with the team. We eat however we want during the week, but we also make sure that we eat proper food, because eating right makes sure that you have energy for the next day at practice. Before games, we usually, if we play at 7 o'clock in the evening, then we'd probably eat at 4, have a good full meal, snack on some nachos, nuts and rice cakes and peanut butter around 5:30 before we go warm up. So everyone eats whatever they want to eat, but we know that we have to eat right in order to get the necessary results as well. So the moment maker of the match and the final, I really don't know for which moment they choose it for. That's what happens at the technical table and Super Sport. For me, the moment that I think I would have gotten it for was one moment where the ball was coming over and I wanted to get the intercept. And I said to myself, we have the thing we say at practice, tip tip op. And I literally said tip tip op, and I went up and I got that ball and I got the intercept. And for me to be able to take something from the training field and put it on the court when we were playing was a great feeling, and so that was the moment for me. But Super Sport and the technical table choose it, so I wouldn't really know.
Any final words that you would leave for future first years coming to UFS who would be interested in playing netball?
Ek weet nie hoe my lewe sou gewees het sonder Kovsie netbal nie, maar dit maak my lewe en die vriende wat jy maak en die netbal en alles maak dit net soveel lekkerder en beter. Boodskap wat ek kan gee is dit is nie maklik nie, maar dit is moontlik. En as jy hard werk en jy glo waarin jy glo, is enigiets moontlik.
Usually when you get out of school, from high school to university, you always play in your high school. But coming here, there's always senior players that takes in the shooter position, the goal attack position, all the positions you know. And sometimes the first years can't understand why they don't get play time in their first year. So my words of encouragement, if that happens to you, don't give up, keep on going. Sometimes it takes 3 to 4 years for you to be in the starting lineup. But at the end of the day, playing in that starting lineup, it means everything, it means the world. And yeah, it is, you gain all the hard work through that accomplishment, through starting lineup, even if it is in your 4th year.
Wrap up, any last comment or thoughts that you want to give the dream team, on a successful campaign?
Yeah, look, it was a fantastic season. I think also going into it, there was a sort of unspoken agreement that it was the year of the dream team, and then it became a real thing after the first 2 or 3 games where they just blew away opposition. It's one of those things where now we're going to mention Dream Team next year, and then everyone's going to be like, oh, hello, I know the Dream Team. They won varsity netball last year as well. And also, it's one of those things where they're the first varsity netball team to win the varsity netball campaign 3 times, which is absolutely incredible. So it sets up a lot going into the next season. So big up to the Dream Team. Cannot wait for the next season as well. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible.
Thank you guys so much for your time. You really made Kovsie's proud this year, and good luck with the next season.
Thank you very much. It was great to have such a big crowd there as well, and that also played a big role in it. And we look forward to the season next year.
If you want to be on the winning side of a netball team and also be a well-balanced individual, Kovsie's is the place for you to be. You saw what the team put in to achieve the success. You know that they only lost 1 game, and they are now the most successful team in Varsity Cup history. We would like to send a special shout out to Supersport and Varsity Sports for allowing us to make use of their footage. I am Pieter Malan for Kovsie TV Sports. We will catch you guys again next year in 2019.